Whenever I criticize Tinubu, this is how Yoruba people respond. Reno Mokri reveals on Twitter. Social media influencer and human rights activist Reno Mokri has made his stance known on the behavioral pattern of Yoruba people, the indigenous people of the southwest Nigeria. The former media aide to the ex-president Goodluck Jonathan was reacting to the litany of reactions that usually follow his Twitter or Facebook post whenever he puts up a political-related argument. Omokri is renowned for his controversial posts on social media, especially when he comments on issues affecting the country and the people. Recently, he is notably engaged with his campaign for his former vice president of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, who is a presidential candidate of the PDP. Omokri, an ardent supporter of Atiku, has been consistent on Twitter with reasons Nigerians should forget about other candidates and pitch their tent with Atiku. But each time he comes up with his reason, he's always attacked, abused, and punched verbally by supporters of other presidential candidates who also believe their principles are the best candidates to succeed Buhari in 2023. On Saturday, Omokri made a comparison between Atiku, Peter Obi of Labour Party, and Bola Tinubu, who is the candidate of APC. But he was shocked to discover that when Obi's supporters are the ones throwing stones at him. Specifically, Omokri revealed that whenever he criticizes Tinubu on social media, Yoruba people will be like, "It is not true, sir. Egbon, I disagree with you, sir," and several other respectful responses like that. Wait, is it because of sir? Well, let's continue. He explained that Yoruba people who commented on the post presented their argument with respect. He said no matter how intense the argument he has with them, they will never disrespect him. In his thread of tweets, he revealed how Yoruba culture is the best and his level of admiration for the people. He even said in disagreement, Yoruba people will kill you with respect. This means that the people of Yoruba know their limits whenever they are involved in controversial issues with elderly people. They are cultured, respectful, and well-trained, which reflects in their ways of doing things. Okay. Fantastic. Great. I don't know. This is a matter of personal opinion, I guess, with those that have replied to his comments. That is what he can say about his studies. Some people will say differently. And, it is what it is. That's really not the point. I guess Twitter is not a controlled place. Yes, of course, there are community guidelines, but you will not tell me that the same discourse I had on Twitter would be the same as on news platforms. Doesn't make sense. So let's not react as if Twitter is not a place where people say the most ridiculous things or things that are out of pocket, as some will say. So branding of people as respectful, maybe your interaction with them has proven to be respectful, but some people may prove or show otherwise. Again, it is just his opinion of what he thinks Yoruba people are like based on his experience, which to his own extent and for his own prerogative, it is valid. But it's sort of, what's the word? It's like an indirect attack on Peter Obi supporters, and you can see it as an indirect attack, I don't know, on Igbos, because with Tinubu, yes, he has a lot of Yoruba supporters, so I guess in that way, he's trying to damage control in that way, saying, you know what, I don't know, it's just to lessen the blow on Tinubu, let me talk about his supporters. But then with Peter Obi, he didn't directly or even indirectly, say anything, but he sort of has insinuated or implied that they're not respectful. But again, it's like the supporters, yes, do reflect a lot on the candidate. But again, even with BBN, like, I know it's very random, but my point is, you have characters who have their personalities, and you can see them that they're good. They're pretty much saying reasonable individuals, but then their supporters, because of the love and the support they have for them, can make things more complicated and they start fighting each other. Does not really reflect on the contestant themselves. The contestant may not even be one to exhibit certain behaviors that would give approval for their supporters to act a certain way. However, it just happens. So it is what it is at the end of the day. It is just you get for supporters. And what a way to attack someone, your candidate, by, what a way to attack by, going through their supporters. Of course, going through the supporters reflects who they are and reflects on, their candidacy, and that could be brought up in any argument, saying, as a leader, is this the kind of people that you attract? Don't you have control of that? But again, you cannot expect Peter Obi to come out and start condemning or say, I mean, again, just to keep things simple, I don't think he'd reply to any comments about him. Again, even with the whole Father Mbaka situation when it was asked, he kept it very respectful, kept it pushing. So yes, if you're trying to get towards Peter Obi, I don't think he's going to react. He's not going to react. Why? Because talking a lot will probably lead him to a whole different discussion, which will be relevant, and it wouldn't make sense at all. So yeah, it is what it is in that regard. Let's look at what people have said in their comments. This first person, okay, let me actually go on Twitter to find what the comments are saying. Again, with Reno Mokri, I don't know, I think he's losing credibility over the years. I mean, as an activist, yes, he had this time where we would agree with a lot of the things that he says. However, you never really know. So, I mean, he's really reacting a lot. There's so many tweets he even put hours ago, even 16 minutes ago. I'm trying to find which of the comments or where he actually post. Let me actually put Reno Omokri Yoruba people Reno Omokri. Let's see if this will come up, because I'm sure Nigerians would obviously come from. And again, Twitter is not a place where everyone is out here crossing hands, and it's not when people are not out here doing peace and love. Twitter is the ghetto. Twitter is the streets. If you say the wrong thing, they will drag you like small gen, as some people describe. Okay, so the reactions follow. Mr. Reno, listen and listen carefully. The youth don't have joy in this country, and you should know about that. All these people can't keep playing politics with our lives for many years, and you come here expecting everyone to be happy, with some people still supporting them to continue. What? Well said, Sam. From the South, yet against IPOB, and that has fetched me so much hate and contempt. We support you big. Oh wow, this person really got a lot of comments for that. But all these are in reply to when he says obedience would flock to you and celebrate you. Why Tinubu's back? Okay, so he says when you raise issues about Tinubu, obedience will flock to you and celebrate you, while Tinubu's Baptists will respectfully explain and persuade. But when you raise issues about Peter Obi, his obedience will insult and threaten. Search your conscience. Am I lying? But it doesn't make sense though, because when you attack Tinubu, why would you not react to how, or when you raise issues about Tinubu, why would you not react to how Baptists would react? Again, if it is their supporters, of course they'll come and defend their supporters. So this argument really doesn't make sense like that. It is what it is. So yeah, this argument, it doesn't make sense. It's like, of course, when you're against someone's opposition, they support you. When you're against the one that attack you, but then why aren't you using the same logic for those that are supporting Tinubu? Doesn't make sense at all. So it's pretty much, it's giving confusion. Yeah, put what you think about it in the comment section below. What do you think about what Reno Mokri has said? Do you think Yoruba people can still maintain respect even though they are being argued against? Put what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.